We regularly tell people to kill cable and switch to streaming because of the money we know it saves them each month on TV expenses. You'd think that streaming is killing cable, and in a way it is. So what are we to make of headlines asking if ads are killing cable?
We've seen the decline of traditional TV viewership for years, but now we're seeing a tipping point where enough viewers have switched to streaming that advertising dollars are shifting away from broadcast and cable to streaming. It's time to ask the question of whether ads will be the final nail in cable's coffin.
The Wall Street Journal took a crack at answering this question in its recent article on how TV advertising lost its relevance as it lost its reach. When Mondelez launched its limited edition Oreo Space Dunk cookie, they didn't spend a dime on TV ads. Instead, they turned to social media platforms like Instagram and TikTok. Why? Because their target audience, Gen Z, multicultural audiences, and households with children aren't watching enough traditional TV.
As we addressed in our recent video on how the fast space is changing, more people are watching free ad-supported streaming services than ever. Fox reported that Tubi now has 80 million average monthly users, which is up from 67 million a year ago.
Yep, and user engagement and ad revenue are also both up. Together, three leading FAST services, fuboTV, Tubi, and the Roku channel, accounted for almost 4% of total TV viewing in February of 2024. Even more critically for our question of whether ads are killing cable is the reality that total ad revenue for FAST services is expected to hit $9 billion this year and grow by more than 9% each year after that.
Overall, streaming now makes up more than 38% of all TV viewing. Advertisers follow eyeballs, and the change in where people are watching TV means that ad dollars are flowing away from cable and towards streaming.
Yeah, now ads aren't leaving cable altogether, but the audience for cable is skewing much older, while streaming and social media channels are skewing younger. While advertisers still want to target older people who arguably have more money to spend than teenagers, there's a growing audience of people in their prime buying years that simply doesn't watch cable, and advertisers are going after them.
Yes, but as the Wall Street Journal reported, advertisers are doing more than just shifting to streaming. They're beginning to allocate their budgets away from TV altogether. They use the Oreo cookie maker Mondelez as an example of this trend. Mondelez's TV ad spend dropped from 42% to just 15% in 3 years. They shifted a significant portion of their budget to streaming and social media. Hershey's followed suit, reducing their TV ad spend from 80% to 30% in 5 years. This shift could signal the beginning of decline in reliance on traditional TV ads.
TV used to be the go-to medium for reaching mass audiences. Shows like Friends and Seinfeld pulled in massive audiences. Now, no single show can gather such large audiences, and streaming platforms like Netflix charge advertisers a comparatively higher price for placement without the same reach.
Hershey's head of media and analytics, Vinnie Rinaldi, told the Wall Street Journal that there's no longer a single lever to pull for mass reach. Companies need to build reach across multiple platforms, with YouTube and Meta being the next best options after TV, in their opinion.
Yeah, but there's one outlier here for TV that will keep advertisers spending money, and that's live sports. One of the few things still pulling large numbers of viewers to TV is live sports. In 2023, 96 of the 100 most watched broadcasts were sports events. This makes sports programming a premium ad spot, but also more expensive.
Yeah, and with the NFL spreading its games across streaming services, including Christmas games on Netflix and the new sports venture Venue, live sports are rapidly moving to those streaming apps. They aren't leaving broadcast and cable, but there's no longer an easy or affordable way to watch every game for every team you care about.
And for advertisers, they're increasingly directing their ad budgets to expensive placements within live sporting events. Molson Coors shifted from spending about half of its TV ad money on sports to a whopping 80%. Interestingly, they reduced their overall TV ad spend, moving more dollars to digital channels like Instagram and Snap, probably to make up for the increased cost of running ads in live sporting contests. Now, streaming services have tried to capture some of the lost TV ad dollars, but with limited success. One reason is that streaming audiences won't tolerate as many ads as traditional TV viewers. And as we covered in our recent video on ads and streaming services, platforms like Netflix and Max show about 4 minutes of ads per hour, compared to up to 14 or more minutes on some TV networks.
Despite the lighter ad loads, premium streaming ad prices remain high for advertisers, often 3 times as expensive as cable TV ads. This has turned off many brands, pushing them further away from traditional and even digital TV advertising.
Instead, brands are turning to what's called retail media. Platforms like Amazon and Walmart, which leverage their vast amounts of customer data, are becoming attractive options for advertisers. Mondelez plans to spend about 20% of its ad budget on retail media this year.
This shift is significant. Ad spending in the retail media sector is expected to overtake traditional TV ad spending by next year, according to Group M. As we wrap up, let's turn our attention to one last consideration. What is the future of cable TV? How much longer will it stick around?
The decline in TV ad spending is happening faster than anticipated, partly because of long-standing discount agreements that kept advertisers on TV. Without these deals, many brands would have already abandoned traditional TV.
As this trend continues, the lack of ad revenue may force many smaller cable TV networks to shut down even faster than cord cutting alone would have done.
So, are ads killing cable TV? It certainly looks that way. The shift in ad spending away from traditional TV is accelerating the decline of cable networks.
Yep, and it underscores the importance of setting a TV budget and staying on top of it by actively managing your streaming subscriptions, because those will unfortunately only continue to get more expensive as time goes on, even if they don't end up having as many ads as cable and broadcast TV.
Well, that does it for this video. What's one frustration you have with ads on streaming services? Let us know in the comments below, and if you haven't already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can get all our latest news and reviews when they drop. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in our next video.